What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the royal drama. So it's being reported that Prince Harry has renounced his British residency and he is declaring the U.S. is his, quote, new country. Now, page 6 is reporting this, and I want to share my thoughts, but I'm going to share with you what they said in the article. So Prince Harry listed the United States as his primary residence for the first time since severing his ties to the royal family in 2020. The Duke of Sussex recently updated his housing records, stating that his new country/state, usually resident, is now the U.S., according to documents obtained by the Daily Mail. Although the documents submitted by companies house for Harry's eco-travel venture Travelist were filed on Wednesday, Harry notably listed the date of change as of June 29, 2023. So this was as of last year. Harry and his wife Meghan officially moved out of their home in the United Kingdom on June 28th, 3 months after King Charles III evicted them from the property known as Frogmore Cottage. Although it's unclear if Harry renouncing his British residency will impact any of his titles, he might get the chance to discuss this issue with his father next month while visiting London. Despite the legal change, Harry explained in December 2023 that he still considered the UK to be his home, but felt forced to flee to the US due to safety concerns. The UK is central to the heritage of my children and a place I want them to feel at home as much as where they live at the moment in the U.S., the Duke said in a written statement read in a London court amid his legal bid for taxpayer-funded police security, which was denied. That cannot happen if it's not possible to keep them safe when they are on UK soil. Since then, he has expressed interest in getting his American citizenship. The American citizenship is a thought that has crossed my mind, but certainly is not something that is a high priority for me right now, he told Good Morning America in February. Harry and Meghan have lived in California with their 2 kids for the last 4 years, and according to the former, they likely will stay there for a while. It's amazing, he said of West Coast living. I love every single day. However, it might not be an easy process for the prince, who has been very open about his past drug use in his memoir, Spare. In the book, he admitted that he drank heavily, used coke, smoked pot, and experimented with psychedelics. While some legal experts argued that Harry's admission could result in his visa being revoked, others claimed his status in the U.S. isn't at high risk unless he finds himself in other legal trouble. Absent any criminal charge related to drugs or alcohol or any finding by a judicial authority that Prince Harry is a habitual drug user, which he clearly is not, I don't see any issue with the disclosures in his memoir regarding recreational experimentation with drugs, immigration attorney James Leonard previously told Page 6. Another uncertainty is whether or not Harry would have to renounce his royal titles to obtain citizenship. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services notes a policy on their site called Renunciation of Title or Order of Nobility that may require the Duke of Sussex to no longer be referenced as such. Any applicant who has any titles of heredity or positions of nobility in any foreign state must renounce the title or the position per the policy listed under Oath of Allegiance to the United States. The applicant must expressly renounce the title in a public ceremony, and USCIS must record the renunciation as part of the proceedings. That could be a deal breaker for the producer who recently launched a new website revolving around his royal titles. And that's where the article ends, and this is where my commentary begins. It's bullcrap, because I actually agree with that law and that rule that if you want to be a U.S. citizen, then get rid of the titles. The only titles that really matter here is, which, I mean, a lot of them are not really respected, but you know what I mean by this, are politicians. So you got your presidents, your governors, your mayors, your senators, even, city councilmen and women. You've got people who may be in some police departments that are, sergeants and chiefs. You've got the military that has, the different titles. And it's ridiculous to think that someone could be living in the United States and they're going to be a prince or a duke and a duchess. It's bullcrap. You know what I mean? But he's not going to renounce his citizenship, because that would mean that even though people will always know that he was born to a prince at the time who's now king and is the son of a king, literally, but to be in the United States, technically, they shouldn't even be profiting off of that. And that's really what gives them all of the relevance that they have now. And I keep saying it, I just haven't gotten around to it, but I am going to eventually get around to it, because I want to share my thoughts on something, and I'm not even going to say what it is, but I'm going to get there. But I'm not going to get into it in this commentary. But he's not going to renounce his citizenship, because to renounce that is to renounce the money. They wanted taxpayer-funded security, which was denied. And I agree with that, because you want the titles, you want to be able to live the lifestyle, but you don't want to have the responsibilities that come with that title. And all of that, even though a lot of it, I do believe, I won't say a lot of it, I do believe some of it is definitely because he wants to. And I feel like he wanted to have the experience, even though he's had the experience of experimenting with drugs and partying and drinking and that stuff for a little stint. That was more so as a coming of age sort of thing. Now that he's an adult and still living under, or at the time, living under the monarchy as what he called himself, the spare, and it would have to be some tragedy that would happen that would allow him to eventually be in the place of being the next in line to be king. It's like, well, yeah, I'm taken care of, tax, payers and all those different things that are keeping me in this life, but I have these responsibilities. And so as an adult, maybe I want to try out and see what it's like to live in the United States. But I feel like it's just mainly because of who he decided to marry. And I do believe the ulterior motives were always there. And I'm going to share my thoughts on that later. But to give up those titles just to become a United States citizen would not bode well for Meghan. She wants all of that and then some, without the responsibilities that came with becoming a part of the royal family. You know what I mean? So you guys, let me know your thoughts about this. Do you think that he will renounce his citizenship in the UK, even though he's now saying that he is declaring himself a resident of the US and this is now his new country? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.